Hi, this is Mark. Welcome to another tutorial, and this is time we're going to talk about data communications and networking for today's enterprise. Effective and efficient data communication and networking facilities are vital to any enterprise. In this section, we first look at the trends that are increasing the challenge for the business manager in planning and managing such facilities. Then we look specifically at the requirement for ever greater transmission speeds and network capacity. Next is the trends. Now, there are three different forces that have consistently driven the architecture and the evolution of data communications and networking facilities. And what are those three? These are, the first one is this: traffic growth. Okay. Next is development of new services, which an example for this is new services such as IoT or Internet of Things. And finally are the advances in technology, which is very obvious. With the advancement of technology comes together with it is the emergence of high-speed LANs or local area network. The LANs that were available for this type of workload, primarily Ethernet and Token Ring, are well suited to this environment. During the past, in the 1990s, there were two significant trends that altered the role of personal computer and therefore requirements on the LAN. This also advanced LAN technology, and these are the two. Number one, the speed and computing power of personal computers continued to enjoy explosive growth. And number two is MIS or Management Information Systems organizations have recognized the LAN as a viable and essential computing platform, resulting in the focus on network computing. So next is the communications model. Okay, so in the communications model, as you can see here in the diagram, you have here the source system, which covers transmitter, source and transmitter, and the destination system, which covers the receiver and the destination. And you have the transmission system. So here in the source, this device generates a data to be transmitted. Examples are telephones and personal computers. For the transmitter, usually the data generated by a source system are not transmitted directly in the form in which they were generated. Rather, a transmitter transforms and encodes the information in such a way as to produce electromagnetic signals that can be transmitted across some sort of transmission system. For example, a modem takes a digital bit stream, okay, into an analog signal that can be handled by the telephone network. And that is, the telephone network is on this part, the transmission system, which is the next one. In the transmission system, this can be a single transmission line or a complex network connecting source and the destination. And an example for that is the telephone line. Next is the receiver. The receiver accepts the signal from the transmission system and converts it into a form that can be handled by the destination device. For example, a modem will accept an analog signal from a network or transmission line and convert it into a digital bit stream. And finally, the destination takes the incoming data from the receiver. So as you can see here on the diagram below, you have the workstation or the computer, and then the transmitter is the modem, and then the telephone network, which is under transmission system, and then the modem again, and then the server. Modem again stands for modulate and demodulate, or modulator demodulator. It converts analog signal to digital signal and vice versa. Okay, this is the full description of the communications model. And with that, we can now define networks. Networks is a telecommunications network which allows computers to exchange data. And in a computer network, network computing devices exchange data with each other using a data link. The connections between nodes are established using either cable media, or wireless media. And the best ever example of the network is the internet. The internet evolved from the ARPANET, which was developed in 1969 by the Advanced Research Projects Agency, or ARPA, of the U.S. Department of Defense. It was first operational packet switching network. ARPANET began operations in 4 locations, and today the number of hosts is in the hundreds of millions. The number of users in the billions, and the number of countries participating nearing 200. The number of connections to the internet continues to grow exponentially. And with that, it concludes our discussion for this meeting. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.